Again this half hour with U.S. Senator David Vitter joining us here in the studio to discuss several hot topics this morning. Senator, thanks so much for joining us very early this morning.
Thanks for the invite.
All right, well, first off, you just sent out a letter announcing that you're possibly running for governor of Louisiana 2015. Okay, what's the deciding factor in that decision?
Well, Wendy and I are thinking hard about it, and we're going to be thinking about it and praying over it through the holidays. Really, the key question is just where I can make the most positive impact for Louisiana. I've always been very Louisiana focused, always lived here with my family, even in my role as U.S. Senator. I think I've been far more Louisiana focused than most of my colleagues are on their states, but still, where can I make the most positive difference?
Okay, you definitely have. And speaking of being a U.S. Senator, very vocal about the Affordable Care Act, you've definitely made a big push as far as making sure the special subsidies for Congress are met. You have a new bill you're writing, am I correct? New legislation.
Well, I'm pushing several things in that regard. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous that Washington is treated completely differently and better than America, whether it's Obamacare or anything else. So the so-called Vitter amendment would end that. It would say whatever is imposed on America under Obamacare, Washington walks in the same shoes. So every member of Congress, all congressional staff, the president, the vice president, all of their appointees first have to go to the exchanges for their health care, just like other Americans are having to, oftentimes really against their will, losing their previous coverage. And secondly, they don't get any special subsidy or carve-out or bailout or special sweetheart deal to do that.
So where are you standing on that right now?
Well, I'm fighting hard for a vote on that. I think once we get a vote on the floor of the Senate, we'll do well. That's exactly why Harry Reid and others are doing everything they can to block us from that vote.
Okay, another thing you've been extremely vocal about, and a lot of our viewers have been vocal about this, is too, the EBT fraud case that was in Mansfield and Spring Hill, Louisiana. You guys sent out letters to everyone saying that there was a possibility that you could be disqualified.
Yeah, Sharice, that was such a horrible incident, and you know, it hurts the whole program, and it certainly hurts those truly needy families served by the program. So I pushed hard for the state to do something to prosecute that fraud. It was clearly fraud and abuse. And finally, the state said they were going to take that action. I'm going to be meeting with the secretary in Baton Rouge, who's in charge of that, as well as the attorney general on Monday to follow up on that and see what sort of significant enforcement actions they're really taking.
All right, Senator Vitter, we could be calling you Governor Vitter in 2015, maybe.
Who knows, but thanks.
All right, thanks so much for joining.